fighting games are what's a good word?
Fighting games are breasting boobily.
I was going to go with one of the many terms of phrase that Capcom's been using on social media, like enjoying two big reasons to play My Shiranui.
Yeah. I mean, but both suffice.
I was about to say fighting games are looking respectfully, but then I remembered that Pat and Wooly already made that joke, unfortunately.
Fighting games are staying true to their core values.
Oh, shit. The thing that cracks me up?
Yeah.
Is that the City of the Wolves variant of Biker Mai does not really have that much, cleavage going on. There's just enough to be, titillating, It's obscured enough for the imagination to finish the work, that sort of sexuality. And Street Fighter very happily is including the City of the Wolves attire for her and just amping up the boobs like crazy. Like, it's absurd. Did I lose
No,
connection?
you're still here.
Okay. So, of course, is there anything we want to hit before Mai?
Well, let's see. I mean, there are the other news aside from Mai have been smaller stuff like, the EVO list was revealed for the games that will be at EVO. It is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It is what you expect, and also, Marvel 2, I guess. Like the biggest swerve in the list is that well, for one, Granblue, and that Garo is taking up KOF's space, which I mean, like, that makes sense. If anything, Granblue is taking up KOF's space.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying that Mortal Kombat was taking up KOF space.
I don't know. Like, MK is a big series. MK has a lot of fans. MK has what's the word I'm looking for? MK has wide appeal. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Like, MK could get people who wouldn't usually watch EVO to watch EVO. I can see that realistically. Granblue Fantasy Versus is a game that exists.
Wait. You mean it's still the one that came out like fucking 5 years ago? It's not the sequel?
No, but that's the thing. The sequel isn't a sequel. It's just the same game, but with 3 more characters.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a super turbo. It's a super turbo. The new Granblue is.
I see. Well, Granblue, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a license that's, big in Korea, right? One of those things?
I don't know. Like, it's a gacha game. I know that it's a gacha game. I don't know if it's particularly...
There we go.
I don't know if it's particularly big in Korea, because, like, DNF Duel. Just...
Yeah. There's a lot of Americans that buy gacha slop, but I also kind of think of China and Korea as being the bigger audiences for, even, like, with the knowledge that, like, a lot of the gacha comes out of Japan. I don't know why, but I just kind of associate that China and Korea are the ones that eat up most of it.
Oh, no, most gacha comes out of China.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, Granblue and Dungeon Fighter are not, like, they might be mainstays if you're, like, deep into the gacha hole. But to me, as someone who doesn't give a shit about gacha, like, if this was an Arknights fighting game, if this was a Hoyoverse fighting game, any of their IPs, if this was fucking Fate, if this was a Fate fighting game, then I could understand that, because all of those are big, like, gacha IPs that I actually fucking hear about. Granblue, I heard about maybe once, and it was in relation to the fighting game. It was just like, hey, if you've heard of the fighting game, you might want to check out the gacha game too, that it originated from. And, like, no? But... But that and then and like Dungeon Fighter, my only crossover with Dungeon Fighter since the fighting game was released, that too, was just Steam going, "Hey, Dungeon Fighter's on Steam," and I went, "All right."
Oh shit.
So that's the thing of like,
I,
if this was like a bigger, more present, more mainstream. That's the word I was looking for earlier. If this was a more present, more mainstream gacha IP, then I could get it being at EVO. But like this game isn't new anymore, and the IP doesn't like I don't know how much reach the IP has. So to me, that's just a
well,
surprise.
do we know whether or not main stage spots at Evo are at least somewhat paid for? Because I would assume Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, their spots are guaranteed regardless of whether or not NRS and Capcom want to pony up.
I
And
think
same for Bamco and Tekken. But for the other slot, well, Strive also probably has a guaranteed spot by now. But for the other four spots, would there not be an expectation there of financial encouragement?
I don't know. I think the main stage at EVO is just whoever EVO reaches out and they agree to have the game showcased. Because the reason Smash Brothers hasn't been at EVO in the past, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years is just because every time they reach out to Nintendo, Nintendo says no.
Well, yeah, that's Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't want third parties interacting with them at all, especially anything that's related to internet nerds.
But yeah, so like,
So
yeah.
I guess to a certain degree, it's just that they figured this revision of Grand Blue deserves its time on stage more than KOF 15, since KOF 15's technically not getting a big update. It's only getting 2 new characters.
Yeah.
Vice and Mature. Which, of course, it is worth noting, neither you nor I care for Grand Blue. I think both of us have tried it at several points and just went like, I don't care.
Yeah. Like I played the OG version of Grand Blue and I went, this is a game. I like the character that's actually 3 guys. Because I think they're funny as a concept.
You know what I think is
Yeah.
probably part of the problem of why it seems bizarre and nonsensical to have them have Grand Blue on the main stage?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you'd agree with me, but it seems to me that a lot of the audience that was really there for Grand Blue moved on to Strive.
Yeah, kinda. Like it's not even just that, but also like I don't know. It's like it isn't a proper comparison, I guess, or whatever. But to me, it's kind of like if they just went, all right, Evo main stage, dive kick. Like today.
Yeah, if that.
Like I don't just mean that the game is simplified and that's why. No, I mean legitimately, if they announce that in 2025 Evo, one of the main stage games is gonna be dive kick, just out of the fucking blue. That's why it's weird to me.
Well, yeah, it's. I do think that it does feel very out of date and like people don't really care. It feels like they're just going like, well, in fairness, they have a big new revision, so that should at least get one time where it's on the stage. Then again, how many times did Ultra Street Fighter 4 get main stage? Well, I guess it probably would have got main stage probably 4 times, wouldn't it? Because Street Fighter 5 didn't come around until like 2016 or 2017. Shit. I always feel like Street Fighter 5 came around earlier than it did because the launch was so fucking primitive, bare bones. Well, we got to put something on the new console level launch, but no, it was not very much not there for the early days of the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Shit. By the way, what did you think of the last month or so of just abrupt out of fucking nowhere? We hate Street Fighter 6, time to glaze Street Fighter 5 and act like it was the honest days of footsies.
See, I don't interact with fandoms, so I have been able to avoid it. In fact, I've seen more people complain about these people, and I'm just like, man, I am glad that I'm not around in fucking. I'm glad that I deleted my Twitter, I guess.
Eh.
Because like I don't know where else people would be having these discussions. Because like, I still sometimes come around, like see people talking about the games, but like I'm not in the Street Fighter Discord. I don't really like follow the Street Fighter Reddit. So like whatever, and even when I see stuff from those places, it's just like, all right, Ken complaining about Ken, which I mean, I'm not a pro player. Maybe there's some merit there. I don't really have an opinion.
There's a 60-40 split there. It's 60% complaining about Ken, 40% saying actually Ken's one of the worst characters in the game and he needs a buff.
I thought you were gonna say 60% are Ken players, 40% are not. But yeah, like so yeah, I didn't see people decide that Street Fighter V was actually the good one. And I mean they're wrong. But
Yeah.
Like there is an argument to be made for the way that content was released. But like, different beasts. Street Fighter V looked ugly. and then just also
Yep.
And it was also on the Unreal Engine, which is more widely available. So people like I saw Monger, I think, talk about this issue, and he said that Street Fighter V was different because Street Fighter V they could just outsource the creation of costumes because it was on Unreal.
That's a good point I had not considered.
And yeah, Street Fighter 6 is on the RE engine, which is not publicly available. So they either do it in-house or they give people out from the outside of access to the RE engine. And yeah.
Yep, which they would not want to do.
And on top of this, like he also pointed out that like, even taking this into account, most of the people who would have the know-how to create assets in the RE engine are currently probably on Monster Hunter.
That's a good point. And that's, from Capcom's perspective, that's going to make a lot of sense because as much money as Resident Evil makes, as much money as Street Fighter makes, as much money as Dead Rising makes, all the things that have recently come out on the RE engine, none of them make as much money for Capcom as fucking Monster Hunter.
And so yeah, like his point was that we'll probably see another wave of costumes in season 3 because by then the people working on Monster Hunter will probably be freed up to make assets for other games too.
Who we'll see, because the Monster Hunter is going to demand a lot of support.
Yeah.
It's been very I do wonder, like, part of it naturally, part of whenever the fan base just gets pissy with the new game and goes, oh, let's go talk about how much better the old games were, is going to inevitably come about just partly during a support gap where they feel like they're being, baby isn't getting their bottle enough.
Yeah.
So there's going to be part of it that is just simply we haven't got costumes in forever and Mai's still a ways off. I'm angry about Street Fighter 6. Let's talk about that. And part of it's going to be the pro community saying, I spent years getting good at Street Fighter 5 and it feels bad to me that I have to get good at another game.
I hate the fact that
has a different balance.
I hate the fact that I have to work to get paid. I should get money for free.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to humanity, I suppose. It is nonetheless very amusing for anyone who has, an actual sense of rationale and doesn't just say whatever makes them feel good, though. Because, of course, you and I were both there for the bad days of Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
Like, Street Fighter V, fine now. It's fine. It's a fine fighting game. It's not great.
I would say Like I would say that like SF5 quality wise is like mid to low mid, but then I would also say that Street Fighter 4 is around that same area, and a lot of people would disagree. A lot of people are wrong, but
There hasn't been a good fighting game in 30 years or 40.
there hasn't been a good
Return
fighting.
to Atari boxing.
There hasn't been a good fighting game made since Yi Ar Kung Fu on the fucking ZX Spectrum. I don't remember if it was on the ZX Spectrum or not, but yeah.
Oh shit. So, and of course, the thing always is, Street Fighter 5 had the honest footsies. It wasn't like Street Fighter 6 where you got to rely on gimmicks, Because I don't know about you, but I remember the honest footsies of Abigail,
Yes, I remember the honest footsies of Abigail. I remember, I'm trying to think, because I remember there also being some other fucked up shit in SF5.
Street Fighter 6 just doesn't have any characters that are as honest as, like, Fong,
Yeah. Oh, I read something. It wasn't substantiated, so I'm not sure if it's true. But allegedly, one of the only things we know about the canned Darkstalkers from when they tried to resurrect it after SF4. One of the only things to survive is Fong, because allegedly he was supposed to be a Darkstalkers character initially.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. He moves like a Darkstalkers character. His special moves fit way better into Darkstalkers than they do into Street Fighter. I'm glad that didn't work out, though, because, like, Darkstalkers already has their stereotypical Chinese character in Xianko.
Yeah.
And, like, I like Xianko a lot better than Fong. I'm not even really a big Xianko fan, but I consider her an iconic Darkstalker, and Fong, I would look at in Darkstalkers and think, wow, that's fucking dumb.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Like, yeah, I guess Fong's kit, the way that he was designed to basically just be the pressure if you don't know how to counterplay him, and then he stops being. He is deleted from the game. That was very honest footsies of Street Fighter 5.
And I love my favorite ones that I see is people going, man, Street Fighter 6's combos just aren't as good as Street Fighter 5's combos. Street Fighter 5 had so much more combo expression, and every time it's a clip of Urian doing an Aegis combo.
Yep.
And it's great because you're not going to see people saying that about Street Fighter 5 with any other character.
No, see, Street Fighter 5 had so much more combos. Street Fighter 5 had Urian. Street Fighter 5 had Gil. Street Fighter 5 had G. Street Fighter 5 had Akuma if you went with the V trigger that was actually genuinely worse competitively. but Street Fighter 5 had a lot more combo. With its fucking Roman cancel.
Oh shit.
Street Fighter 6 can't do fucking shit with the Roman cancel that's in the game.
So people are dumb.
Yeah.
At least some dumb people. You seen any smart people in fighting games these last 2 weeks?
Rufelmonger?
He's been having a great time. This has been a great time for Rufelmonger. It's been a 1-2 punch of my Shiranui and then fucking and Virtua Fighter. Like if they just threw in a fat gorilla in one of these fighting games just to throw it in there. If Gorilla Grodd comes back, then it's just aces for Rufelmonger.
But yeah,
I
guess
there's not been so much information about Virtua Fighter, but it is definitely still in the interesting space. I almost feel like I'm kind of so curious about Virtua Fighter 6 and the idea of it actually having a story and innovative gameplay that it's like, should I get into the older Virtua Fighters just to get ready if Virtua Fighter 6 is good?
Get into DOA. It's the same thing. and already has a story.
That's true, and also Virtual Fighter doesn't have Tina.
Yes, that too. But DOA does have Akira Yuki and like half of the Virtual Fighter cast, so you literally can't just play DOA.
That's true, but DOA never got Wolf Hawkfield. He's as much of a wrestler as Tina, and he has just as big a titties.
But he was also a jobber in real life, and Tina wasn't.
That's true. I forget. Did DOA 5 put Vanessa in?
I don't remember. I think so. 5 or 6 did, I think.
Oh no, I hope it's not 6, because 5's actually, good, and I'd like for Vanessa is one of the 2 Virtual Fighter characters I think look cool and I want to play. It's legitimately just Vanessa and Wolf.
All right, let's see.
Maybe the weird fucking albino shark dude.
Who?
The dude they introduced in Virtua Fighter 5 who's albino and has dark blue hair. And I want to say he's got sharp teeth, so he looks like a shark.
I'll have to look
like a
him
shark
up.
man.
I've played Virtua Fighter 5. I don't remember this character.
He wears a blue gi. My memory is that he's one. Yeah, that guy.
Go, if memory serves, Go plays like Sergei Dragunov.
Excuse me, do you mean Tekken Dragunov?
Yes.
You mean my boy?
Because I remember both of the Gi guys. Or wait. Was Go... Okay, I don't remember. If Go is the guy I'm thinking of, he either plays like Dragunov or if there were 2 of them. If there was only one, then he plays like Jin Kazama. Just 1-to-1. Same moveset.
Yeah, Jin's less exciting, but I mean, I know that my, stereotype is that if a video game has a grappler, I play the grappler. But in Tekken, Dragunov is my boy.
I like how I'm looking up Dead or Alive 5 roster and I get a list and it has tags. The article I'm reading has tags, and the tag there's only one tag. It's horror. But yeah, 5 does not have Wolf Hawkfield. The guest characters in 5 are Akira Yuki, Jackie Bryant, Sarah Bryant, Pai-chan, Lee Naotora from Koei Tecmo, and Mai.
Yep. How the fuck does Mai work in that game?
Well, she doesn't anymore because you can't buy her.
Oh, you can't?
No, they took her off of the thing, so you have to buy 6 to play as Mai.
Oh, that's delightfully stupid and bad.
Oh
shit.
In 6, the only guest characters are Mai and Kula Diamond.
Oh, I forgot that Kula was there. That's, yeah, if there's any other character from KOF that they should pull for Dead or Alive. Kula. Then again, DOA 6 was the desexualized one, wasn't it?
Yesn't.
Okay. It was desexualized by the standards of a DOA fan, not by your standards. I know those are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Women were dressed as biken instead of, bikinis, I guess.
Oh, that's that guy. God, what? Kula, and not Leona or Whip or Vanessa or King or Blue Mary. Kula. I like Kula, but
I just
DOA is the sexy lady fighting game. Everyone knows it. That's what the roster is made of. So, Mai, by all means, yeah, if there's going to be a pick from KOF for DOA, is Mai, but, what the fuck?
So, the new characters in DOA 6, looking at them, they're not like they're not as sexualized. They are sexualized differently, I suppose, than they usually would in the OA. So it's not big titty, basically. but
Nah.
but yeah, and the thought that occurred to me of like, okay, Athena Asamiya, just to unleash the horrors upon the OA fans.
I don't. She'd be a lot more tolerable in the 3D setting. You realize?
It depends. Because like
if they give her a like fucking semicircle wave attack, then yeah, she'd still.
She
be
already
a
has that. One of her heavy in some of the games, her heavy projectile circles her body before she shoots it out. So they could literally just make it so if you try to sidestep her while she does that, it hits you.
That's true, they could, but I couldn't see them doing it. Mortal Kombat in its 3D era, I could have seen doing some stupid shit like that, where they wanted zoning to still be a thing. But like the Tekken rule is, if a character has zoning, you can just sidestep it. I forget, did that work for old Heihachi's dad?
Kinda. Like you couldn't sidestep it; you had to sidewalk it.
Okay,
and
of course you did.
Because it was like I want to say the projectile he shoots at is like 3 sidesteps wide, maybe 5.
Oh god, I wasn't even thinking of the fireball. I was thinking of the suck you in move.
Oh no, you can't sidestep that shit. Like he's
okay.
He can have his back to you and he will still suck you in.
That makes sense. Can't wait for Tekken Tag 3.
Yeah. It's fine. It was more manageable.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that Jinpachi was unbearable in Tekken Tag 2. He was fine in Tekken Tag 2. It's just I was thinking, yeah, Jinpachi, another one of those Tekken characters that's like, yep, he's skipping all the games except tag.
I mean, he is super dead. Like he was already dead when he was in the game. He's mega dead now.
Yeah, that didn't stop Jun though, did it?
I forget. Is Jun still dead, or is it just a memory?
Oh god, I think you might be right. I think it might be one of those Injustice 2 Joker situations. Where like actually she's just a flashback in Kazuya's mind that for some reason also can fight other people.
Why not? I remember when Reino and Jun fought. That's Kazuya.
I remember when Jun fought CIA Man. Fucking Tekken plot is so goddamn
I remember when Jun fought herself. Fucking hell. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah, like it won't happen. But still, imagine how fucking funny it would be if every guest character comes back for Tech 3. It won't, because otherwise they would have gotten gone for Tech 2. But
yeah. Oh my god, the licensing costs. I mean, it wouldn't. There's some like it probably wouldn't be that hard, to hook up with Square and say, "Hey, can we get Noctis and Clive back?" And for Square to say, "Yeah, because you're the only ones that want Noctis anymore." Sure. But other than that, I mean, getting Geese probably isn't that hard. But Akuma would probably, that Akuma could be some trouble, and Negan in particular would be probably quite a bit of work, especially if Tekken 8 follows Tekken 7's patterns of DLC, and after Clive, we're next getting, let's see, another SNK boss, Rugal, and then after Rugal, we're getting, I don't know, Bison. Then after that, we get Walter White.
I'm just imagining that they put Negan's moveset into Tekken Tech 3, but it's a new character who is original to Tech 3 and won't appear in the games otherwise, and it's just like this fucking Bishonen anime boy.
I could see them doing that sort of deal. I remember now we've also got Conan to talk about.
Yes.
which there is some relevance there to the idea of
Conan is a Bishonen anime boy.
You know, you're not wrong. But there is some relevance there to the idea of, all right, let's slap this moveset in again, but on a different character, because we can't get the license back. All right. So, is there really anything on the Tekken front to discuss? Because I know Clive came out, and I know that he was supposed to be really OP, but now Bamco's nerfed him. I haven't been paying attention.
Me neither.
Okay. Let's see. Well, do we want to hit Conan before Mai? Because Mai's more exciting. I like Mortal Kombat 1. Conan is the least interesting of the crossover characters, of the guest characters.
Yeah. I mean, I have no interest in Conan whatsoever. I will say I don't like his outfit. I don't remember if it was like this in the movie, but his loincloth. Okay. Well, then I don't like his design in the movies. His loincloth should be longer.
It's a Speedo.
Yeah, that's the problem. It should be.
Well, it's a fur Speedo. Conan is naked as shit in those movies.
Yeah.
Which, like, you know, when you go back to the Frank, which even that is kind of a step back, because when you go back to the Frank Frazetta art, a lot of it, Conan's just buck-ass nude, and odds are his dick is covered by shadow if it's going to be covered by anything. And the chick he's with is also going to be buck-ass nude. Because apparently that's just how they rock it in the barbarian days. Is that you just go killing giant snake monsters with your dick flapping in the breeze.
I mean, really, Conan should be wearing like big biking shorts, like the ones that Triple H used to wear. Because if you remember, the Romans and the Greeks, I believe, both told us that pants are barbarous. They're barbaric. So really, Conan should be wearing like big pants.
Very nice dress pants.
Made of fur.
Yeah, Conan got showed off. We did get to talk about him last FGA, basically saying, oh, those are some action figure normals right there. NRS living up to stereotypes. I am glad to say that only like half of Conan's moveset looks that bad. It's really fucking weird from the trailer, because like half of his moveset doesn't look too bad animation-wise. The other half, I'm looking at it and I'm going, these are the worst animations from like Injustice. And Injustice is probably the worst animated of NRS's games. So, yeah, that's really awkward and odd. He definitely has several moves that look uncomfortably similar to Tusk from Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
Which, what goes around comes around in that part, I guess. Ironic in a sense. But it also, with the NRS trailers, you can never tell what a character's gameplay style actually is from the NRS trailer. It's just cool things happening, all right?
Yeah.
And then people doing trailer breakdowns to try and figure out the frame data, just guess. But it looks like Conan is he's definitely a I don't want to deal with zoning type character. Because he has very prominently armored moves that are full-blown neutral skips of just fuck your projectiles, I'm going through. If memory serves, he had a teleport. I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like he had a teleport of like mists take him in or something. And also, it looked like he has at least one, possibly two command grabs. And when I was looking at this, I was going, oh my god, did NRS do it again? Because I forget, did you ever play the T800 in MK11?
No.
Did you ever play Jason in MKX?
Technically.
So Jason in MKX and the T800 in MK11 are the same character.
Ah.
NRS didn't want to have Jason be the guest character again for whatever reason, or maybe they just couldn't afford to, but they liked Jason's playstyle, so they brought it back. Because Jason is an aggressive bully character in MKX, if you pick the slasher variant, he's got a lot of very, very good normals with good range and good frame data. If not, he's shorter range but still got good frame data. He's got a teleport and another variation, and he's got command grabs. So he's a very intimidating, fuck you, I'm getting in kind of character. And with T800, they brought pretty well a lot of that back. Obviously toned down to a degree because MK11 is just a less over-the-top and exciting fighting game than MKX. By nature, it's supposed to be the honest footsies game. But the T800 and MK11 still has a lot of really aggressive bullshit going on. That he's one of the characters that probably MK11 players get mad about that he's not honest footsies. Yeah, he's the oh god, for Sam Show being the honest footsies game, what's a character that in Sam Show's notorious for the fact that he doesn't want to play footsies at all? He wants to get a knockdown and then just stay on you and infinitely loop you with rush down and grabs.
I don't know if there is one, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Like, maybe Nick Patine's nephew, but, like, even then he's just a regular grappler.
Well, whatever character that would hypothetically be, that was T800. And it looks like with MK1, they have done what they've done with a lot of characters of, what if we just made this character have a lot of really good stuff? So Conan looks like he's got big normals with big combo, big frame data, a neutral skip, a teleport, and a host of command grabs. If all this is accurate, this is just like if Jason got to pick all of his variations at once in Mortal Kombat X, which would be nutty. Especially for me saying that as a guy who loved Jason in MKX and loved all three of his variations and had serious trouble choosing between them. I'm glad that even if visually there's nothing exciting going on with Conan and he's just Sword Man, I'm glad that gameplay-wise he still seems exciting. I'm very curious to see the T1000, because I think when all of us saw that set of 3 guest characters, it was like, Ghostface and Conan, I don't know how much there is they can do with them, that's cool, but T1000, ooh. And Ghostface wound up being a lot cooler than everybody anticipated. He's actually, I've not got to play him, but I just see universal praise for him. People just saying, like, no, this is a really fucking cool character that makes interesting use of the system of switching between the 3 ghost faces. Or rather, between proper Ghostface and Cobra and Kira.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's Conan. I assume you don't really have much more to say about his brand of nonsense.
Not really. I mean, it's Conan. You do Conan things.
Oh, God, I forgot. He also, like fucking T800 and Jason, this is how explicit it is. He also has the resurrection mechanic.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently, if Conan dies with a full meter... Well, that can't be how it works. Wait, because there's no... Oh, there is a meter. I'm dumb. I forgot. Yeah, there is a meter. What am I thinking? My brain went back to MK11 there. But yeah, if Conan dies with a full meter, he gets back up. So, yeah.
Every time Conan dies with meter, the game should play Resurrection by Erection.
As little as he's wearing for some people.
I mean, I also feel like it would fit Conan's character from what little I know of him.
One thing that I realized, it's going to be odd unlocking alternate color palettes for that Conan, because you're just going to be changing the color of his Speedo and his headband. So that's going to be odd.
Yeah. Another them goes all out. You can change Conan's skin color, but only to like green and then turquoise.
So he's going to have Urian's alternate colors?
Yes.
But the other...
Conan gets a palette that just turns him into fucking 12. Like he is just like the color of milk, shaded differently.
which would be really odd with T1000 coming up next, because T1000 is very similar to 12 in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last thing that occurs to me to mention, they got the same Arnold impressionist to voice Conan. And on the upside, he does a better job with Conan than he did with the T800. But it's rather surprising because a lot of people agreed that T800's voice acting in MK11 was really fucking bad. And it stuck out like a sore thumb next to all the other guest characters who are voice acted very, very well. Fucking Stallone busted his ass harder in that booth than the Arnold impressionist did. Oh, shit. All right, now on to the exciting bit of news. My Shira fucking Nui.
Yes.
Can I just say, I kind of forgot about her old charge input down up fire explosion move. I've always kind of thought of it as Mai's fart move because of the way that it causes her little like loincloth to fly outwards whenever she does it. And it's supposed to be that it's the wind coming off of the fire explosion. But it looks like Mai's just farting so hard she's sending her loincloth flying, you know?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it is a cool move for Mai that is unique. There's not anyone on the Street Fighter 6 roster that has something like it.
Yeah, none of the Street Fighter 6 roster farts yet.
No, not until they get... It's time for the Mortal Kombat crossover and they get Baraicho, maybe.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? We've got a crossover Mortal Kombat. Let's bring in the lamest fucking character. We're not bringing in Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Liu Kang. No. Bo motherfucking Raicho.
All right, who's the lamest MK woman that you can think of?
Oh God, lamest MK woman.
I'm tempted to say Frost, but she has fans.
Yeah, Frost's got some aspects to her that are cool, pun intended. Anyways. Oh boy. Chameleon with a K is up there.
She has fans too. Like I saw people.
May.
Yeah, but she got redeemed, I think. So did Ashra.
Yeah. Kira, it depends on whether or not she's in a Ghostface outfit. I feel like putting her behind a Ghostface mask suddenly made her a lot more interesting. Son of a bitch. Because I think you and I both are right now thinking of, okay, what women did they add during the 3D trilogy?
Blood Woman?
Oh, I think Scarlet's really cool.
I always found her lame. I'm gonna be honest.
I think there's something cool about Blood Wizard.
Oh no, there is, like, the idea, the concept is good. She has never been well executed. That's what makes her lame.
Oh yeah, MK9 Scarlet was bizarre because she's just like as naked as you can get without being the Melina Flesh Pits costume.
Yeah, and then they brought her back for something, if memory serves, and then she was just like
11.
Yeah, they brought her back in 11, and she just played bad. Like she was lame and also felt like asked to play.
Yeah, I was about to say 11. She is the hardcore. I can zone and only zone, and every goal. If you are anywhere but full screen, my goal is to move you to full screen, please, oh mother of God.
Yeah.
And that is not the character for you or me. That's the character for someone out there, but neither you nor I are the lame it out at full screen zoner type.
Yeah.
So yeah, not for us. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. She's my girl, one of my girls. I love her. You know, she's one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters, but she's pretty fucking lame, Jackie.
Yeah.
If they had just had some fucking balls and given her an Aegis reflector in MK11, it'd be a different story, but they didn't.
Although I feel like to me, Jackie, as a certified Jackie not enjoyer, I don't really hate her. You know, I just think she's kind of like this is the problem of some of these characters do not get built up as anything, and you're just expected to like them because they're there, and I don't. That's basically my problem with Scarlet and Jackie. But Jackie strikes me as like the same tier of character as Jade, where like Jade is not important really, but she serves her purpose. There's a reason for her to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Jade kind of escapes it for one thing by being a classic Mortal Kombat character, and also by having a few moves that are distinctly associated as hers and not anyone else's. Because the Jade like projectile ignore move is just the Jade projectile ignore move, and there's not really any move like that in Mortal Kombat for any other character.
Yeah, but like genuinely, I think the only like genuine the only character who could be removed from existence and we would not miss him is Kong Jin.
Yeah, I stand by the idea that I think there is a lot of potential to an archer-based Mortal Kombat character.
That's not him.
But they botched they botched a lot with Kung Jin in Mortal Kombat X.
And like Kong Jin, I don't think like I think I dislike what's her face, Johnny's kid, more than I do Kong Jin. But Kong Jin is just such a nothing character that he's worse. But yeah.
Can we say specifically 3D trilogy Li Mei and not the Li Mei we have now?
Let's see if they bring Li Mei over, it will be current Li Mei and not 3D trilogy Li Mei. That's the problem.
Well, if you go down by that length, though, the Boraicho they'd include would be Mortal Kombat X Boraicho. And MKX Boraicho had a lot of cool stuff. Like, if you pick Bartitsu Boraicho, like, there's, like, almost no comedy to that character. He's just a badass fat dude beating your ass with a walking stick.
Yeah, but you still have to add almost.
Yeah, that's true, because I think all three Boraicho variations, or four, technically, if you count variationless, but all the Boraicho variations, no matter what, have the fart move.
Yeah. Oh, I had someone. Oh wait, I think she got redeemed. Oh my god, too. Nitara. Did Nitara get redeemed?
Oh yeah, Natara's cool.
All right.
Nitara would be a problem in Street Fighter 6 also, because it's like, okay, here's a character in Street Fighter 6 with air dash, 8-way air dash. Like, oh. Move over Rashid?
Nitara's costume 3 is just Morrigan.
Yeah. Even Morrigan doesn't have 8-way air dash. 8-way air dash, that's some Magneto shit.
True.
Okay. Oh, again, MK1 did give... MK1, like, did not redeem the 3D trilogy characters enough to make people care, but redeemed them enough where we can't treat them as lame jokers anymore. Because, like, I was about to say, okay, here we go, Serena. But... no, MK1 made it where she can turn into a cool demon.
I mean, the problem is twofold. One half is that, and the other half is that like there's just not that many like noteworthy women in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, which is generally the rule for most fighting game franchises. It's part of what's special about KOF is the KOF has such a distinctively great female roster.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive is cheating because the point was to sexualize them, but by accident, DOA became, famously the female heavy fighter.
Yeah. I forget. Do we know who? Oh wait, I think that's Kira actually. Sub-Zero's girlfriend from Mythology Sub-Zero.
Oh, Serena.
Oh, yeah. That's Serena?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she won't work.
Okay, if you really want to push it, you could go with Kira's two demon girl buddies, Jataka, and I forget the other one's name, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. They were never playable, but they were bosses in MK Mythology Sub-Zero, which means they probably have sprites and a moveset.
Yeah. Alright. One of those and Boraicho are the Season 3 guest characters.
Look, if Baraicho, I could accept, in a Street Fighter game, in a fighting game that's like, all right, let's just bring together all the doofy losers. Can we get a fighting game that, like, you've seen all the heroes are here, all the warriors. All right, here's a fighting game, a mass crossover fighting game. All the losers are here. We got Baraicho. We got Hakan. We got, who's the loser of the Guilty Gear roster? ABBA?
No.
I like ABBA, but ABBA's kind of a loser.
I suppose. I feel like the loser for the Guilty Gear roster is like that one boss from Judgment that hasn't been talked about or like it brought back in any form since.
He's too much of a loser.
The Fox dude.
Yeah, in that category, if we're making a crossover game of all the characters who don't exist for all intents and purposes, then yeah, throw that guy, Jataka, God, with Street Fighter, there'd be like
the best
character. Zubaz, yeah. All right, from Tekken, let's throw in a fucking Tiger.
Fucking imagine if one of the DLC characters for Street Fighter 6 is fucking Zubaz.
I would, we'd all pop super hard, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if they announce, like, Street Fighter 6 in Season 3, it's, some usual Street Fighter characters. I don't know, Hugo and Ibuki, and also Baraicho. Then we wouldn't be happy about it. We'd be sitting there going, what the fuck? Why?
True.
But if they announce Zubaz, we'd be like, that's stupid. Why? Yes.
And like it's the same design, they just removed all mentions of Zubaz from him. Like he even has
the version that's actually in the Street Fighter Collection concept art.
Yes, the official concept art of the Baz instead of Zubaz because we don't want to get sued. But
we need to include this because we promised a big collection of all the concept art. On the other hand, we don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
We're willing to put in the fucking the Forbidden Blanca.
Wait, they did that?
I'm pretty certain that the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, when you go to the concept art section, does include the Forbidden Blanca art.
Oh. But not the Forbidden DJ art. That's too cursed.
I don't think... I'm pretty sure the Forbidden DJ concept art has never seen the light of day.
Fair enough.
The only reason we even know about it is because D. James has talked about it and said it's too racist for the human eye.
It's a horrible thought, but do you think they pray to the idea of the original DJ design at like KKK rallies?
That's the one people that managed to get their hands on a copy of it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, like imagine it. Fuck. Like I'm just imagining like, all right, season 3, the story DLC. You get new characters and some proper like story upgrades instead of just putting people into World Tour as is. And it's like, all right, Zubaz is on the roster. He's the new big bad. Fuck you.
Yep, you thought G was lame.
Yeah. Like see JP, like that's the thing. Like even in this scenario in my mind, JP is still the big bad of Street Fighter 6. Like he is still the actual antagonist, and Zubaz is just like some fucking like he's a villain of the week sort of dude.
Oh shit.
But anyway, where were we?
We were talking about Mai. The only thing that we discussed about her was the flame fart move, though.
True. So yeah, Mai Shiranui.
Which they clarified will not be on a charge input this time. So it calls the question, what will the input be?
Shoryu, I think.
That would make sense. It was charged down to up, and usually that's the charge equivalent of a Shoryu motion. So she looks like she's got pretty well everything you'd want. I don't think either of us are Mai Shiranui mains or experts. I like to play Mai every now and then, but I'm certainly far from an expert.
There's one important thing missing from Mai in Street Fighter 6.
What's that?
Her Falcon design.
If there's going to be a costume 3 for her, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like the thing is, they put that shit on. They put that shit in as DLC. It is getting sold. Like it is just gonna be a wave 2 of the jury pajama outfit.
Oh god, yeah. I'm shocked that they have held off this long on giving Chun-Li a particularly heavy, sexy outfit.
Imagine if they gave both Terry and Mai the Falcon designs, and like Mai's Falcon design is good. Terry's makes him black.
I don't remember this, but I do believe you because that sounds like Falcon.
I'll see if I can find an image while we talk about Mai.
Yeah, this I do wonder with the costume 3-pack where they're going to go for some characters. Well, I guess I guess the main roster already has the costume 3, but nonetheless,
I am curious where 4.
that. Yeah, costume 4, and for season 2, it's going to be costume 3. Huh. Well, either which way, yeah, Mai looks really good. Did you notice that it seems they improved her model since the teaser?
No.
Because her face, it looks to me at least like they changed it quite a bit. That I thought Mai's face before during the previous teaser, I thought she doesn't really look like Mai, but she has it seemed to me that she had a better face this time.
Maybe. Okay, apparently I'm wrong. It wasn't Terry who becomes black. That's Clark.
Okay, yep, I'm pretty sure I do remember that. Yes. That's probably why I instinctively believed you would Terry.
But yeah. Mai looked good. Mai apparently has tech that I didn't even know existed in the original games. Because like the last time I played Mai for any amount of time really was like before they went deep into like EX moves and shit. Like before Max Mode was just properly out and out instead of just being expected to know that Max Mode can be enabled by pressing the 3 buttons together.
Yeah.
And so yeah, apparently yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say like apparently her throwing the fans and them bouncing so that you can do a combo with them. That's apparently a thing that she can do in KOF 2. That was news to me.
Yeah. So it's one thing that is really interesting about the implementation of Fatal Fury and KOF characters into Street Fighter is that a lot of the Street Fighter and a lot of the KOF and Fatal Fury characters are built around building combos on the usual mechanics therein of being able to cancel normals into command normals, short hops, and being able to cancel specials into supers and then cancel supers into other supers, that sort of deal. And of course, like pretty well everything I just listed except being able to cancel specials into supers is not a thing in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So that was part of what was interesting is that they had to expand these characters to work within the boundaries of the Street Fighter system.
Yeah.
And as we've discussed before with CVS, like you and I both love King of Fighters. There are several King of Fighters games that are really fucking good. But you and I have both agreed that CVS2 has the best variant of almost all of the KOF characters depicted therein.
Yeah.
Like, there are maybe one or two characters there are maybe one or two SNK characters that don't feel great in CVS2. So, that's one of the bits of excitement with Street Fighter 6 bringing in Terry and Mai is we're going to see Capcom take some SNK characters again, and in the modern day Capcom Street Fighter 6. So this is going to be pretty cool. And with Terry, it certainly was. Even if Terry is incredibly low tier, he is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
So with Mai, I'm very excited to get my. I nearly said get my hands on her.
I'm sure you'd love that.
Like, it wouldn't be too bad. Okay, I sound like a fucking Capcom marketing guy. All right, yeah. Very excited to actually play as her. And also, not gonna lie, well, obviously, I think all of us are excited for every new Street Fighter 6 character that comes out, just because Street Fighter 6 has been, coming out with bangers every time. I'm really glad that we've got through Mai, because I can't wait for Elena.
All of
it's not a diss against.
All of Elena's normals have been replaced by healing.
Well, then I'd hate her. Like, I want to note, I don't intend that as a diss against Mai. I like Mai, but she's never been one of my characters. And in Street Fighter 3, Elena's one of my characters. Street Fighter 4, she's one of my characters. So I'm excited to play her again. And then we're probably going to be immediately off to the races with Season 3 again.
Yeah.
Because it's not impossible that Elena comes out and then Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Dealy comes on and they're like, hey, yo, go turn on your fucking game consoles and PCs because Season 3 first character's already out, bitches.
Again has infiltrated your copy of Street Fighter 6.
He is so not dead that he's now also not gone.
In fact, Gen has always been a part of the base roster. I don't know what you're talking about.
You open up your copies of Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, and Street Fighter 5. Gen's there now.
Yeah.
Not only are we adding him to 6, we're adding him retroactively to all the ones he wasn't there for. We didn't bother to actually make different Gens, though. We just made one really kick-ass Gen for Street Fighter 6, put him into 5, and then took pictures of him and put them in as sprites in Street Fighter 3 and 2. Good luck playing against him in Street Fighter 2 with your basic-ass movesets, because he's going to have all the Street Fighter 6 shit. He's going to be having drive impacts and drive reversals and drive fucking parries. Get fucked, idiots. Oh, shit. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, well, you might have seen this, but, oh god, I forgot his name. The Street Fighter 6 lead dev that talks about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he was the one that said Gen's not dead. Someone asked, hey, well, is Charlie Nash gonna come back? And his response, I believe, was more or less along the lines of, if someone dies once, then that's a pretty good indicator they're dead forever. If somebody dies, comes back, and dies again, what the fuck's gonna stop them from coming back a fucking another time?
Yeah.
So more or less saying, yeah, Charlie Nash is gonna come back again, obviously. Come on, guys. At which point, Guile and Chun-Li have to just be in fucking agony.
Nightmare Nash comes back to haunt Guile's nightmares.
Shouldn't he be haunting Bisons?
No, he hates Guile. He keeps dying just to upset Guile.
God, is it Guile's just having the fucking Batman animated series Two-Face nightmares? Why didn't you save me?
Yeah.
And conveniently enough, Charlie Nash escapes Giles' nightmares to also beat up Kimberly.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, it's the delightful thing when you have one character on the roster that's supposed to be another character's nightmare or dream, like we were just saying earlier. Like Injustice 2 having Joker on the roster because it's Harley's nightmares. Joker's back. Okay, why is Joker beating up everyone else on the roster then? Oh shit. Or yeah, as we were just saying, Tekken 8 and John, but nonetheless, yeah, with my out and about, we are. Oh, I also saw she's not getting a new stage, it seems. Even though it looked like in the teaser that was a new stage, right? The sunken temple or dojo where she was standing on the roof fighting the ninjas.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of surprised by that. I mean, that didn't look like too exciting of a perspective stage, but again, it would make more sense for Elena to come around and her to get a African Savannah stage again.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think the background for Mai's announcement trailer could be one of the places you can visit in World Tour.
That's true. That's true.
Because I think there's a similar scene in Neishal, and they could have just modified that a little bit, and then just used that.
Yeah. Hang on, sorry, I was interrupted by reading something really interesting. Would you mind saying that to me again?
I just said that like they might have just used, because if the memory serves, there's a similar scene in Neishal in World Tour. They could have just modified that a bit, and they used that.
Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Shit. Well, either which way, is there anything you've got in particular to say about Mai?
I am looking forward to her. Like, Mai's like, John, you don't really like dislike Mai. She's on the roster. You probably like her being on the roster. Sometimes you play her, more or less. But yeah, aside from it, not really. Because like it's Mai Shiranui. What can be said that hasn't been said about her already? Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing of like, all right, say something new about Chun-Li because she's coming to Garo too. you know. And the thing too with Terry and Mai is also just like with Terry, that we could say more about Terry before he came out, because we hadn't seen how Street Fighter 6 would adapt these characters, but now that we have Terry to compare her to, like, it's just gonna be, it is just going to be proper Mai Shiranui, and then some of her combos from the games will just be target combos in Street Fighter 6. All right.
Yeah.
I guess the most interesting thing that we can say about her is that did you notice that she has an install?
Oh no, I didn't. But I feel like I heard about it. That she can throw more fire on her moves.
Yeah. So if you do her level 1 super, then that gives her 5 charges maybe of fire, and that just makes all of her specials better, and also her level 1 and 2 supers. So like you can do a combo that ends in you doing the super that you did to initiate the combo, more or less. And then I think you might get more charges, but I'm not sure.
Huh. I was not expecting it like a subsystem.
Yeah. And so far it seems like only the super can initiate the like, it's a properly installed super. Like it's a normal super, but it goes into a state it gives her stocks, but it is the only thing that we know of that gives her the stocks.
Yeah, that could be. It could just be the super. I don't know. I guess we'll see soon, won't we?
Yeah.
Because oh god, doesn't she come out just like 4 or 5 days from now?
I don't remember.
I feel like it was either the 25th or 23rd. I'll look it up.
All right.
I want to note in semi-fighting game news, but not really. I'm really only saying this because I saw it and it was distracting me for a second. Street Fighter 5. Good work. Duty 2K25. They apparently are now teasing the first big gameplay change. They're apparently bringing back intergender matches.
Oh.
And Mai comes out on February 5th.
All right.
So 15 days for all intents and purposes, I think. How many days are there in January? I always forget. No, probably like closer to 16 days. Either which way. Yeah, bring back intergender matches in Duty 2K25. I'm not going to lie. I was saying in the wrestling thread, they're going to have to do something big to motivate me to get 2K25. Because, like, I don't know, I've got a lot invested in 2K24 and I really like the roster. Intergender matches, that is something that's a pretty big motivator to move on to 2K25. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean that's a game changer just for playing for us playing the game via streaming.
Yeah.
Because fuck it, I'll pick Rhea Ripley and against whatever assholes you guys pick. Well, more importantly than actually picking women that like you legitimately want to play as against the guys. This also means that, you know, if Stacy Keibler is still on the roster or some other woman that's not really taken seriously as a wrestler, you can have Stacy Keibler beat up Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I mean, like we could recreate WrestleMania 3 where Tiffany Stratton whatchamacallit, scoop slammed Andre the Giant.
I remember that.
So do I. You can only dream of replicating history like this. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna make a different joke, but then this joke happened instead.
Well, I remember I used to always, whenever I hated a guy in SVR 2008, I think I might have told you this before, but I remember when I hated a guy in SVR 2008, I'd feed him to Kelly Kelly.
Oh yeah, actually it is Kelly Kelly related. We could recreate the the big ECW reunion heel turn that we did in Air Pro. Kelly Dudley.
Oh, right, and where you kept picking Kelly Kelly and then doing really well with her, and so she just became this hyper dominant champion, whooping people who are several times larger than Kelly Kelly.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kelly Kelly would make the Legends roster for 2K25, but it's not impossible because I think she did come in for a Royal Rumble like a year or two ago.
Yeah. And even if she doesn't, since you don't have community creations anyway, if she has a model in a game or from one of these, you can probably just mod her in.
That is true. That is true. I'm going to have to look into that. Though I'm probably going to look into first whether I can set up a secondary Steam account and just buy 2K25 there and still have access to community creations.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to have access to it. At the very least, to download movesets to apply to the characters that I implement via modding.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that's the wrestling games. They're not really fighting games, except kind of. I guess if we would be willing to talk about Power Stone on here, then DayZ games could be fighting games.
Yeah. So here's I actually found the full the full EVO lineup. If you want to talk about that, real quick.
I know that they expanded it when people complained about the lack of KOF 15 on it.
Yes. So the EVO lineup is Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, as you'd imagine. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, which is the one that we complained about earlier. Uh,
Yep.
Under Night Invert, this Celeste, there we go.
Yep.
MK12, Hero 2, MVC2, and that's the main stage properly. Then,
Yep.
there's also the extended lineup, which is Rivals of Aether 2, Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, KOF 15, Blaze Blue, Killer Instinct, two secret ones, and more.
Secret games.
You have to unlock them. They're question marks.
I'm really kind of surprised that Rivals of Aether 2 and Virtua Fighter 5 did not sneak onto the main stage in any capacity.
But yeah, we needed Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising.
Apparently, we really did. I think they're still riding off that 5 or 6 years ago period where people thought Grand Blue was really innovative for the one-button supers.
Yeah. You know, like Fantasy Strike or whatever didn't do it first.
Yeah, I think with Grand Blue, a lot of people were bigger on it just because they did both. They put in one-button specials while also having proper input specials alternatively.
Maybe, but then they also retroactively went back and just made it so if you do the motion input specials, then they just do fucking nothing.
I believe that. I would believe that probably coincided with Grand Blue declining in popularity, because there was certainly a point where people went from Grand Blue is the greatest and every fighting game needs to imitate it to Grand Blue.
I don't know, because that was the switch between regular and Rising. Because in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, if you do the motion input, then the move has less cooldown. If memory serves, that's how they tried to balance it. So if you do the one button special, then it had more cooldown. In Rising, there's literally no reason to do the motion input.
I see.
So yeah.
Oh shit.
I hope that the secret games that they haven't announced are all just Kusoge. And like you have to and like the pros have to sign up for it blind. So it's just like Secret Game 1, Secret Game 2, and then they sign up for it and they just go, wait, I'm in a Hokuto no Ken tournament now.
Okay, at least we're going with the good Kusoge, right? I was about to say, because like if it's, Hokuto no Ken or Karnov's Revenge, that's the good Kusoge. There's entertaining bullshit that can happen in those games. I was almost ready for you to say like the really bad Kusoge. Fucking Fist of what was it? Fist of Fury or whatever. Goddamn, the furry fighting game.
Fist of Fury, yeah.
Yeah. Brutal Paws of Fury. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one. And the game's so good, two of us couldn't remember the title. We had to use both of our brains together to get it. But I'm just imagining it's like fucking Hokuto no Ken, the Basara Cross, Dong Dong Never Die. Like, imagine a secret Dong Dong tournament on the EVO Fate stage.
Oh shit. You know what we should be doing instead of talking about fighting games?
Yeah.
Playing them.
Maybe.
Oh.
But yeah, I think I had something else. Let's see. Oh yeah. In smaller news, Tekken 8 added the Infinite Rematch to unranked modes.
Infinite Rematch.
So the same thing that whatchamacallit, that SF6 does when we play in lobbies, where we can just match on we can do rematches until we want to stop, instead of doing the tournament thing of first to 3 or whatever, best of 3.
They didn't already have that?
No.
Weird.
So yeah, that's in the game now.
Good.
Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. He's the new character. Or released. No, that's just a trailer. So yeah, he's the new character. It is Sandalphone.
Okay. Run that by me again.
Sandalphone. Sandalphone, I think. But yeah.
Oh, Sandalphon. Okay. Sandalphone. I was like, is he trying to say Sandalphon? Oh.
But yeah, that. And I guess the last topic that we could hit is people. Well, oh wait, I found this right. I forgot. I had it open in a separate tab. So someone proposed a Capcom Fighting Collection 3. Do you want to hear the games that are in it? Because I don't think I've heard of half of these games.
Oh boy. Okay, hit me.
Okay, so here's the ones that are that make sense and are more in the know for us at least. Of course, you have Heritage for the Future, which licensing hell. Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which is also licensing hell. Basara Cross,
Yeah.
which we know Basara Cross because of me, but still we know of it.
Yeah, and also in the territory of if Capcom ever wants to do that, they're probably going to want to first have a boss or a game that people know in the West, which, in fairness, interest in Musos may go up now that Dynasty Warriors Origins is apparently getting like crazy critical praise and high sales.
Yeah, I'm waiting for one of the Jeff Keighley shows to just have Capcom fucking reveal a Basara 5. They won't.
There could be something interesting if Dynasty Warriors decides to double down on going more realistic appearance and building more of the game around a smaller roster and having more of the moveset revolve around being helped by the troopers in your unit rather than just soloing the 1,000 dudes all by yourself. If they keep going in that direction, then I think for Sengoku Basara, they could have their unique place carved out in the market for staying crazy, godlike, super weird move sets where you're annihilating hundreds with every move.
Yeah. I just hope that they can see I hope that they can find that there is a whatchamacallit, there is a market for that in the West or just in general really. Like I just wish we got a new game. But
Yeah.
anyway. The two games that I have not heard of before, I don't think, is one of them. I'll go with this one because this is the less weird one, I think. Onimusha Blade Warriors.
Really? They made an Onimusha fighting game?
I guess? Like, I can look up a picture of this and see what it looks like, but I don't remember hearing of this. Alright, it's for the PS2, and it is... Oh! Huh? It's either... Okay. Yes, so this game is either a Power Stone game or it's a platform fighter. Both are weird.
Okay, what game is this?
Onimusha Blade Warriors.
Oh, okay, we're still on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked
That's a surprise.
It's a platform fighter. It's Onimusha Smash Brothers. It has Mega Man.
What the fuck?
Look at this shit. Oh, that's a video. I don't need the video. I just want the image. Bloody hell.
Okay. I click into voice text. I just see Beyblade for Rivals of Aether. Like, oh, well, that's not probably what I was expecting.
Can I not copy the image? Cool. Empty image. Let me try again. Like, this is fucking weird. what I'm seeing. So there you go. There's the character select.
Specifically, Mega Man EXE.
Yes, Mega Man EXE and fucking Zero.
Yes.
Which I mean, like, I prefer those games to the mainline Mega Man games, but still, it is Onimusha. Onimusha.
I fucking microphone fell on my keyboard.
Nice. So yeah, that's a game that exists apparently. And then
that game looks strange. Yes.
Right. So yeah, that's one of them, and the other is Capcom Fighting All Stars: Rise of the Code Holders.
Wait, you mean? Oh, were they
Not
asking for
fighting
that
gem.
3D game that never existed?
I don't know.
The game that looked really cool, but it ran out of budget, so they made Capcom Fighting Jam instead.
I don't know. It seems like it has a proper logo, so I'm looking it up to see if it exists. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not fucking happening, man. Like I'm looking at fucking not Vulcano Rosso fight Ryu in 3D. Yeah, no. And also Ingrid, she's here. So yeah, this is that game, and yeah, that's not happening. They're not fucking developing on a full ass game for the Fighting Collection 3.
Yeah, I don't know about that there. Oh shit.
Honestly, I'm surprised about by the amount of people that I'm scrolling through here, and people are just like, I am buying this day one because of Basara Cross. Like genuinely, the comments I'm seeing are like 80-20. 80% Basara Cross is cool. I want to play Basara Cross on modern consoles, and 20% the EX series should be in one of these. The Street Fighter EX series, and both are correct, but it is funny.
Yeah.
Although like the problem with them porting Street Fighter EX2 is that they can't give me a whatchamacallit, a Ryu SIM card for my phone anymore. Shit. But yeah. Well then, I guess that's all that we had.
That's all, folks.
Yeah. Fighting games were, I guess.
Oh.